Okay, let's get going. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us for a second community show and tell. If you missed the first one, don't worry, you can watch it on Circle or on our YouTube channel. For those of you who I haven't met online yet, I am Kate and I'm your Community and Partnerships Manager here at Framer. I'm here to nurture this community as we scale and grow together, and I'm having an absolute blast doing it. Just a bit of logistics before we get into our introductions. Please ask any questions that you have for our co-hosts in the chat. I'll moderate the questions and put them to our co-hosts after their presentations. The recording for this show and tell will be posted to the community shortly after it concludes, and we will stick it up on our YouTube channel as well. All right, let's get into it. Today, we're joined by Alex, who's going to be showcasing the new StartCraft site that he worked on, and Joris, who is going to be showcasing MagicForm. So I will pass it over to them now for some introductions. Alex, do you want to kick us off first?
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me, first of all. Second, really nice to meet you all finally. Most of you know me from Twitter. Apparently, I don't do too much social media. And yeah, I run a small design agency here in Barcelona, in Spain. And I will show you my last project. So this is also a design company of ours. So we are 6 people in the company. So we decided to create this design agency specifically for startups because we're having lately a lot of leads from the early stage startups. So we decided, hey, let's actually do this in public and let's show people how with help of Framer and with your idea, you can actually start a business in a week. Let me share my screen. Okay, so I have a problem with internet. Yeah, so first of all, this is like we have like a template which is called client first. That after this live meeting with you guys, I will share on Framer community as a remix link, so you can actually use it for your projects. So it's like a blank template that we're using. So it's structured really simply. It's section, and inside the section is counter graph. Yeah. Second of all, we try to do this project, this website, as simple as possible, just to show you that everything that you need is actually free in the Framer community. You can find the components. For example, we use the text component for the small animation that we have on the first 2 sections. Probably the most complicated thing, it's this. It's not even a logo, so this intro animation that we have, it's also you can find this one in the Framer. In the Frame community, you can find it as a remix link. So I don't really suggest to use it like we did, because it's absolutely breaks the all points of Google Lighthouse. If you know this, for it's like show you the percentage of your accessibility and the stuff, because it's every single letter here, it's a different component and it has this animation. I will try to show you, but apparently we have some small issues with the internet and with connection. Yeah, it's just we decided to create it as a fun. Yeah, as a designers, you should understand me. You know, if you have some idea inside of you and your whole team telling you it's not a really good idea, but this inside you have this small child designer that telling you, I don't care, I just want it on my website. So this is exactly what happened with me. So yeah, I will show the link. I don't want to get this too long, this presentation of this website. So it's really simple. It's really simple layout. We played a little bit with colors. We use the technique, monochromatic technique in the colors. You can actually see the same technique using in the new Barbie movie. So they used just the main color and separated it in the four subcolors, the same color grade. So it's red, and we have, I believe it's 3 stages of this red. Yeah, exactly. We have this 3 monochromatic themes of red color. We didn't use too much animations on the website, again, just to show you the simplicity of the framer, how intuitive this is, because there's a lot of questions. Is there any tutorials or, some kind of help that we can show the like young designers who are not really familiar with framer? So this is exactly what we try to show, that the framer is so intuitive. You don't need to have a lot of knowledge in the framer itself. If you're using the Figma, if you know how to use auto layouts in Figma and components in Figma, so it's mean framer like 90%. So as simple as it is. So don't be afraid to use it. It's free again. That's why we're trying to show how amazing with the help of framer you can build something, some your company website or your idea, or even on some kind of online store for digital products, because you can connect your payments, you can connect Stripe. I believe you can connect Lemon Squeeze. So you should know all those payment platforms. So it's again, if you have an idea, just jump straight away to designing your website, and in just 1 week, or you can actually create in one night. So it's so simple. What we used pre-built animations here. So again, we didn't go too much with the customization. Again, as the idea was just to show this in public, that the simplicity of the frame is just like a big shout out to the whole framing team for making such a great product that you can use, with like beginner skills, let's say. So you don't need to know any coding. You don't need to know, like, it's good to know coding, but if you don't have any development skills, you don't need them to just build a really great website. Yeah, I will show the link. I can see that I have small connection problems, just to show you how it works, but I will show the link so you can actually try it yourself. And I will definitely share the clonable for template that we're using for our clients, so you don't need to spend too much time on pre-building sections and content wrap. And it has already the fonts, different sizes for all the devices. So we did this really great template, so you can use it and you don't need to spend like an extra hour or 2 just to pre-building all those components and sections and different font sizes for all the devices. So yeah, just a small present from us to the whole community. And yeah, just a project that we're really proud about. We like won a couple of awards. I know that for some designers it's not like something crazy awards, but again, we're just proud to share this with you, the whole community, and I hope you like as much as I do. And yeah,
Sweet.
thank you for yeah. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Alex. Really cool to see the kind of back end of that project. We have one question from Matthew, which is, how did you get a custom cursor to work on Framer? I know you got that really nice custom cursor on that site.
Oh yeah, sure. I forget his name. I'm sorry. But I can also share the link. It's in the framing community. It's a clonable. Well, it's override. It's called code override. So you just copy and paste the code, and you can customize the color and the size and the hover effect. So yeah, it's everything that we used. You can find easily on the framing community as a remix links or as a tutorials. Yes, we also have this nice footer reveal effect when you're gonna scroll down. It's like, again, and it's also in the framing community. So everything that you see on the website, you can easily find in the framing community. There's no custom coding was made. So this is exactly what we try to share. Like, if you like it, something on our website, go to the framing community and you can find it as a mixed link or a tutorial. So there's no like secret sauce on the website. Everything is free, and yeah. Just if you like it, I'm just proud to share. Message me anytime and I can share a link or something.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Alex. It's so cool. Like
Thank you very much.
that site, I absolutely love it. It's one of my personal faves that I've seen built on Framer so far. It's really cool as well that you built it like fully from remix links and things that other people are making available in the community. That's one of my favorite things about the Framer community is how everyone shares when they build something cool and they teach everyone else how to do it as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
that was really cool to see.
exactly. And I'm like, I'm sorry for interrupting you. I have like
No, don't
a
be.
lot of questions. I have a lot of questions, because I sometimes share some of my designs on Twitter. Basically, and on the social media they have, and people asking. So I always tell them, do not be afraid to ask for any help in the community. 100% someone gonna reply you and someone gonna help you. There's no such a thing, that someone is hiding something, or anyone don't wanna, just help, like a friendly help, not. Well, you should probably understand me. So yeah, again, if you want something, go jump in the Framer community, ask questions, and definitely you're gonna have a response as a Framer remix link or tutorial or video. Someone gonna navigate you. No one gonna leave you like behind without any question asked, or the help, if it makes
Fantastic.
sense.
It does, it does. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm totally on the same page. I love to see it. Thank you so much,
Thank
Alex.
you.
Can't wait to see that remix link as well. I'm sure lots of people will enjoy playing around with it.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. I will send it. I can send it right away. So, yeah. Thank you
Sweet.
very much.
Thanks, Alex. All right. Next up is Joris, who's going to be showing us through MagicForm. So Joris built MagicForm to allow you to build complex forms in just a matter of seconds. Again, please make sure to just drop any questions that you have in the chat, and I'll make sure to pass them over. Joris, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. Well, first, Alex, very nice website, man. It looks very cool. So nice that you showed us. Hi, everyone. I'm Joris. I'm 33 years old. I live in Amsterdam with my girlfriend and my kid. And I guess it's fair to say that I'm probably the worst designer in the whole Framer community. I'm actually more of like I think of myself more of like a problem solver. I just like to make solutions for people that are actually very easy to use. I've run a startup for 7 years. I quit that in the last February. So yeah, then I had a quite open agenda and not really any plan what to do. But in the end, I just wanted to get some time to start new things and actually enjoy some quality time with my family a little bit. So yeah, I thanks, Kate. But now I really lost the story, but that's right. I'll pick it up. So yeah, when I first started out in February, I was just like, well, what do I want to do? And I always a new framework from the past when I used it for a prototyping tool. And then after a while, I thought like, oh, let's just get into some more no-code tools, and I really started. The first thing I opened actually was Framer, and I guess it's safe to say that I kind of got addicted to it a little bit. So like I just started using it and I was so amazed at how easy it was to build website. It always took me so much time to build it from scratch, or I never used anything else. And I was just so amazed at how great it worked. That I kind of lost myself into it for a couple of weeks. And then I started like in April, I did like a daily drop where I just tried to release everything. I did a daily drop every day. And that almost turned into like a full-time job because I just wanted to push myself every day and create like more and better content to help everybody learn Framer, but also learn myself from it. So yeah, that kept me going for a little bit. And also like just because I was so active on Twitter and I really liked the community, but also like friends of me who needed websites, they started asking me, and they were just like, hey, can you make me build me a website? And I started building a website. It was pretty nice, but everybody was having problems with forms, right? I mean, like Framer has like this the simple form where you like can connect it to FormSpark, or they have their input right now, which you can connect to a little bit more, but it's always like just more of a sign up form, right? It's not like very detailed contact forms. And so I was like, well, why isn't that there? But the problem with me is I don't really know how to code actually. I mean, like I can do basic JavaScript, like making a ternary or something, but I'm not like a very good coder or anything. But like in the daily drops, I kind of played around with ChatGPT as well, and I thought, well, I'll just give it a go. And in the end, I just coded a whole form component with ChatGPT, the help from it, and that actually turned out pretty cool. I had an idea to just build like something where everybody could make forms very easily, but also have like full control over the styling. So I'll just show you the component where you can actually see how it works. So give me a second. Oh, this is the website. Let me dive into Framer. So just have a simple page set up over here. And here you see like a component. Well, this is the MagicForm component. And over here you see like your property panel. So you don't really need to do anything on the canvas. It's like very easy. And you see at the moment, you see that we have a first name, we have a sign up, and we have a send message. If I'm just going to preview this, you see that obviously there are hover stage, and you can just click it. And at the moment, it's just not a very special form. But if you go over here, you can change all the types and all the information on there. So if you go to input types, you see we have a text input and checkbox. Well, all you need to do to add more fields is just click the add button, and then you can select a new input type. Well, we have a few different input fields. I'm not going to go through all of them because that's going to just be a little bit a waste of everybody's time. But if you want to catch somebody's email, you can just select the email. You can put up the value. This one is actually pretty important because this is going to be sent towards all the form providers where the data will end up, obviously. But over here, you can also select, okay, do I want to display a label, yes or no? So everything just works like clicking. Oh, you just have to click it and fill in the fields. Also, if you want form validations, you can just put required on. If you see yes, and a little asterisk will place next to the name. If I put required off, it will disappear. You can also put icons in it. So if I put the icon, show icon, you can just scroll through all of the icons. You can just change whatever you want, and you can change the width. This will automatically flex into position if you have to, that it will be next to each other. So if I just change the position and also put this one to the width, now there's no label on it, so that is a bit weird. But like this, you can actually build very nice forms. Well, this is only how you create the forms. Because we have a required field, now you will also see that this one will light up with an error if it's not if you didn't put in your information. But this is not the only thing you can customize. You can just customize everything you want from the input. So if you want to change some styling, like the background, or do anything with it, you can just simply change all of the fields. I've tried to come up with like every single thing you want to be able to change, that you can change it. So if you want like to, for instance, have a border, not only on around it, but only on the bottom, you can just leave these empty, and then you will get a border on the bottom. So you can actually fit it in with every style that you prefer, just to make it work with your website. And you can also like change the checkboxes to a dark mode. So if you are using like Framer or you have a dark website, you can actually make it that it works with dark mode. That are some cool things. Obviously, you can style the whole button for success, and you can show a toast message, or you can redirect to another page. Loads of people obviously want to have a different setup. So what we all try to do is just to make sure that you can do it whatever you want. Well, this was the first version. I can, if somebody wants to know, I can actually talk a little bit about how I created it and how I went through it. But I might leave it for some questions if people really want to know that, as it's kind of just like ChatGPT and like working with like code a little bit inside Framer. But today is also a very cool day because I have I've worked the last weeks on a few updates for the MagicForm component, because obviously when I released this, a lot of people were like really psyched about it. But there were so many features that people really missed actually still. So obviously there are like other form providers and other like just other tools that you can use, but they also need to be embedded. So it's not really a native tool. So the styling of that is kind of hard. So in MagicForm, it would be great, obviously, if we could have a little bit more features. Well, so I'm just going to show to the next page, which is actually the new component. It just looks the same. I have a first name and last name over here, but it's a little bit different. One of the cool things actually is that if you make it required, you can actually change the validation message. So if I want to say, for instance, like please enter something, then this will just be the message that will be displayed below the input. So you can actually change your whole validation message. If you leave it empty, only the box will light up. And you can also like there's a new thing which I call outline. If you select it and you have like a larger outline. So these are just a bit more. These are just a little bit more complex features that actually allow users to have a bit more sense of where they are. But one of the largest things that actually has been requested, like almost everybody who used the form actually requested this, is multi-steps. And a multi-step form is obviously very nice for people if you have like large and complex forms, because you know, if you want to use a first name and last name and an email, I mean, then it all fits right under the screen. But think about like Typeform or something, right? If you want to get like a lot of information from your users or your visitors, it might be nice, you know, to guide them a little bit more through the process. Well, but it's kind of hard. I always had like a little problem with it, like defining how can we actually do this, right? How can we make a multi-form? Because we're only working with this kind of input over here. Well, as you can see already here, you can see that it also says step 1. Well, this is how easy it turned out for me once I figured out how I needed to do it. You should only need to be able to change it into step 2, or step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, and this will already display like bubbles below it. Well, I'm just going to jump in real quick to another page where I actually set this up. So over here I have like a little preview of it. So this is my new other page where I just set it up, and here you see first name, last name, email, and a drop down. And we actually have 3 steps. So I have step 1, step 2, step 3. And if you go here, all you need to do is, you see also as well, we're in step 1 now of the 3 steps. It says continue. If we just fill in the information with magicform.com. This is actually not the email because the website is Get MagicForm, and I don't actually have an email address yet. So just send me a message on Twitter if you want to mail me. But if you click continue, you just go to the second step. This obviously works as well. And then we go over here. Well, now we're at the third step. You can actually hover on the second or the first one just to go back to that stage. It all just remembers all of the information. So all you need to do is click it and submit it. The server I'm sending the data to is now starting up because it's a bit. Oh, I'm not even submitting it because I'm in the preview mode. So I really need to go to the website to make it work. Because obviously now we're just in the preview mode. So this is one example how you can do it. Another page I've set up is actually a little bit of a Typeform replica. So this is another way how you can see it. This is this one large input field that actually, if you go to the website, like to your website, you can actually link to one of your other Framer pages where you just have your MagicForm. So in here, and with pressing the enter button, you just go to the next input. You also see over here that we now have a slider instead of the dots, and you have a manual go back button. That is something you can also select from your component. So if I just go to the steps, which is a new option, you can select if you want a slider or you want a circle. Like circles are just displaying the steps inside the circle, and slider just gives you a slider. Some of them have like different styling options. Obviously, if you have a circle, you need one more color coding to also have like the previous step. Well, so this is like the newest feature that I've built into the MagicForm. And well, this is also something that actually might be fun for the community as well, because to maybe like get some information from me as well on. At the moment, the MagicForm component was like had like 3 little tiers. It was like a free tier, a medium tier, and like a pro tier, which you can just buy for once and then use for everyone. for all. But I'm actually now thinking a little bit more, because I think that the step system is actually pretty cool, just to make it like free, but then that it will link to, you can't really send it out to any other providers anymore, but everything needs to be sent to MagicForm, which is something I also built in the last few weeks. This is very ugly because this is very bad, so nobody has ever seen it. This is also not built in Framer, so excuse me. But this is just like my own form provider, so you can just create an account, you can log in. It's actually very easy. You just click new form and you say like, a community session. Whoop. Then we have a new form. Well, there's no data now, but you can just copy the form ID, and if you put that over here and you publish your site, then it actually connects to the MagicForm component, and all of your form data will be coming in here. So I'm actually thinking about getting the MagicForm component as for free, and then like create a little subscription-based service in here, which actually has a nice free plan for everybody to use. But yeah, so this is MagicForm. This is what I've been doing lately. I hope you guys like it. If there are any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
So cool. Thank you so much, Joris, for running us through that. We have one question from Seb. Is there the possibility to add an upload file field? If not, is it planned for future release?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Obviously, that will be pretty nice. At the moment, it's not possible in MagicForm, but I tried it already. Technically it's possible. Only there was I had a problem sending the form, the data from the file somewhere. But now that I've created like my own backend for the whole infrastructure, I think it actually would be possible. But I need a little bit more time, because as you saw, the whole platform is still like very early beta. So yeah, there will be something for in the future, but that will definitely be there.
Sweet, thank you. We have a question from Joran as well. Can it be connected to HubSpot?
At the moment, not yet. It's just now, at the moment, it's just a simple place where you can find your form data. The reason I actually started building it is because it's a bit of a technical reason, but it's very easy to send like data from within Framer to like FormSpark or anything. But if you want to get like your data into MailChimp or other providers, you're gonna need, there's gonna be like the need for API keys and stuff to actually connect to your account. So that was one of the problems I actually ran into, just like connecting with HubSpot as well. So what I actually want to do, if the whole MagicForm app is live, then I want to build like integrations to like Zapier, to like Notion, HubSpot, MailChimp, and then you can just select the provider and put in your API key, and then once the data arrives in MagicForm, it will just be sent towards your tool of choice. So these are all like future integrations I want to build.
Totally, makes a ton of sense. I'd say that's a long list. You got to lay all the groundwork first, and then move on to the bigger ones. Sweet. And then we have one more question. Would the paid version allow you to export the form data? Does that question make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like, this is all very early. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with it. I mean, it's just a nice side project where I'm spending my evenings on. So it's hard for me to kind of decide how I want to do it. For now, I'll just be like updating the MagicForm component. So if you want to use like the whole step system, I'm gonna update it tonight so you can like get it tomorrow. If you get the pro version where it will be in, if you ever buy that, I will obviously like make it so that you will have like a lifetime value or something for the new tool if we ever if I ever change like the whole subscription thing or something. So don't be afraid to that the data will be somewhere where you can't access it. But for now, I mean, the form data will always be like, obviously you can just download the JSON or CSV file. I'm not sure if like integrations would be inside a paid plan or in a free plan. I haven't thought it out, but for now, I will just update the whole old MagicForm components, you can actually create the steps and also send it still to like FormSpark or something. So.
Sweet. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for explaining. Does anyone have any final questions before we wrap up for the day? I'll give you a few seconds if you want to type away. I never know how many seconds to wait.
Well, it seems that everybody asks the questions.
Yeah, totally. Okay, let's call it. That concludes our show and tell for today. Huge thanks to both Alex and Joris for taking part, and thank you all so much for joining. If you've got something you want to show and tell in the future, please just reach out to me either on Twitter or here on the community, and we will get you set up. The recording for this will, as usual, be posted to the community. It's pretty quick, and we will add it to YouTube as well. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, whether it's your evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I will see you all online. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone.